6:45 a.m. This is the Sri Lanka Broadcasting Corporation. The news edited by J. Yogaraj and read by Mario Vijayavardhana. The headlines. The isolation curfew imposed in several parts of Colombo will be lifted today, while several areas will be under lockdown from today. 655 new COVID-19 infections were detected in Sri Lanka yesterday. Sri Lanka's COVID-19 death toll rises to 152. Sri Lankans will be able to witness a Geminid meteor shower, considered as one of the best annual meteor showers during this week. A series of religious activities will take place to mark 95 years of completion of the SLBC. In news overseas, Brexit trade talks, the UK and EU to go the extra mile in effort to agree on deal. In sports news, in cricket, the LPL tournament, the second semi-final between Jaffna Stallions and Damulla Viking will be played today at the Suryavava Mahinda Rajapaksa International Cricket Ground. The isolation curfew imposed in several parts of Colombo will be lifted today, while several areas will be under lockdown from today. Isolation curfew imposed in the Sirisanda Sevana, Sirimuthu Uyana, Lakhiru Sevana and the Sirisara Uyana housing complexes were lifted at 5 a.m. today. Isolation imposed in Keravalapitiya, Hekitta, Kurunduhana, Everivatta and Valikadamulla of the Vattala police area and the Pattiya North Grama Seva division of the Paligoda police area was also lifted today at 5 a.m. The isolation curfew will be imposed in Mayura Place in the Valavatta police area, Naiduwa in the Keravalapitiya Grama Seva division and Duvevatta of the Valikadamulla Grama Seva division of the Vattala police area. Rohana Vihara Mavata of the Pattiyamulla Grama Seva division of the Paligoda police area, Vedikanda of the Hunupetiya North Grama Seva division of the Kiribatkoda police area, and Varna Temple Road, Kaptota Road, and Hidra Mavata of Tihariya North and Tihariya East Grama Seva divisions of the Nittambur police area will be placed under isolation from 5 a.m. today. In the Kalutara district, Wegangalla East and west of the Bulat Sinhala Divisional Secretariat and Marika Street of the Kuda Hinitiangala Grama Seva Division will be under lockdown from 5 a.m. today. Mutual, Kotahena, Grand Pass, Dam Street, Wolfendal, Keselvatta, Maligavatta, Dematagoda and the Mardana police areas and Wakanda of the Slave Island police area, Wanathamulla of the Borella police area, the Salamulla Grama Seva division and the Laksanda Sevana housing complex in the Vallampatiya police area and South Ferguson Road of the Mattakulia police area, Hunupitiya Grama Seva division of Slave Island and Hattevatta of the Cinnamon Gardens police area and Kokila Road of the Vallavatta police area will continue to remain under isolation. The Government Information Department said isolation currently in effect in other parts of the country will continue to remain in place. 655 new COVID-19 infections were detected in Sri Lanka yesterday, out of which 503 have been connected to the Paligoda cluster. 147 cases are detected from the prison environment. Thereby, the number of corona-affected cases in the Paligoda cluster has gone up to 29,152. Accordingly, the number of infections in the country increased to 32,790. 489 persons earlier recovered from COVID-19 and were discharged, raising recoveries to 23,793. Meanwhile, 8,848 persons are being treated for COVID-19 at 62 treatment facilities in the country. 3 more people, including 2 women, have died of COVID-19 yesterday, according to the Director General of Health Services. The Government Information Department said the new development brings the total virus-related deaths in Sri Lanka to 152. One of the victims is a 62-year-old woman residing in Colombo 10. She had been transferred from the Colombo National Hospital to the Mullaeriyawa Base Hospital after testing positive for the novel coronavirus. According to reports, she passed away yesterday due to COVID-19 pneumonia and an acute heart attack. The second victim, identified as a 71-year-old woman from Vassala, had been transferred from a private hospital to the Infectious Diseases Hospital, where she died. The cause of death was cited as a stroke due to COVID-19 pneumonia and a blood infection. A man aged 76 years has also fallen victim to the virus, reports revealed. He has been identified as a resident of the Mathale area. After testing positive for the novel coronavirus, he was transferred to the Anuradhapura District Hospital from a private hospital in Colombo. He has died of COVID-19 pneumonia and heart failure. A total of 42 schools within the Kandy city limits, except for 3 which are currently closed due to the COVID-19 pandemic, will be reopened today. The decision was taken following a discussion held on Friday at the Governor's office on the prevailing COVID-19 situation in Kandy. The Central Province Governor Lalit Gamage said the Zonal Education Director will inform the heads of schools accordingly. However, 3 schools, namely Takshila Vidyalaya, Trinity College and Kalemagal Tamil Mahavidyalayam, will remain closed. This news broadcast comes to you from the Sri Lanka Broadcasting Corporation.
Save your card with a balance transfer facility from People's Bank. More details at peoplesbank.lk.
The new Manning Market complex in Paliagoda will be open for wholesale trading today. The chairman of the Manning Market Traders Association, Lal Hettige, said the new Manning Market complex will open from 4 a.m. to 12 noon on Monday for all traders and farmers under the supervision of Nalaka Godaheva at the request of Basil Rajapaksa. Only wholesalers are requested to bring their agricultural produce on that day so that trade can be carried out without congestion. The new Manning Market complex in Paliagoda was declared open on the 20th of November by Minister of Urban Development and Housing, Prime Minister Mahinda Rajapaksa. The Civil Aviation Authority of Sri Lanka has informed the civil aviation authorities around the globe of the proposed resumption of commercial and charter flights operations to Sri Lanka beginning from the 26th of December. CAASL Chairman Upul Dharmadasa said in a statement that the CAASL, as an aviation regulator in Sri Lanka, would be disseminating the appropriate directives to the travel industry in due course of the opening of Sri Lankan airspace for upcoming commercial and charter flight operations. The chairman further stated that CAASL is dedicated to facilitating, promoting and marketing tourism in Sri Lanka by respective agencies while acting as an exponent of the aviation industry of the island under present conditions. That's local news.
Save your card with a balance transfer facility from People's Bank. Transfer the balance of another credit card to a People's Bank credit card with the lowest interest rate. More details at www.peoplesbank.lk.
A mother knows the pain of each member of the family. Siddhalepa, the trusted relief for aches and pains.
An effective therapy for relief from cold, sneezing, flu, headaches, swelling due to toothaches, rheumatic, discomforts, and muscular aches and pains. Siddhalepa, the Veda Mahatmya in every home.
The main news story is brought to you by Siddhalepa Veda Mahatmya.
Sri Lankans will be able to witness the Geminid meteor shower, considered as one of the best annual meteor showers during this week. Head of the Department of Physics at the University of Colombo, Senior Professor Chandana Jayaratne, said the Geminid meteor shower will be visible until the 17th of this month. He said it will be visible on dark nights from 10 p.m. Professor Chandana Jayaratne added, on a dark night near the peak, the public will be able to witness 120 or more meteors per hour. Professor Chandana Jayaratne also said the meteors of various colors can be witnessed through the night and therefore said that the public should be stationed to observe the phenomenon. He advised stargazers to lie flat on their backs in an area without any tree cover or light pollution and allow about 45 minutes for their eyes to completely adjust to the dark.
The main news story was brought to you by Siddhalepa Veda Mahatmya. Brush your teeth twice a day for healthy teeth and gums. Supiriviki and Kakulu, your trusted brands in oral care for many years.
Supiriviki Ayurvedic toothpaste for adults. Kakulu Ayurvedic toothpaste for kids. 9 Ayurvedic ingredients of Supiriviki will protect your teeth and strengthen your gums. Supiriviki and Kakulu, products from Siddhalepa.
And now in Watchlight, consumers complain about the price hikes and escalating prices on certain essential commodities. Although the government has released a control price list, some errant traders increase the prices arbitrarily, which has brought mayhem to many low-income families. Some traders claim that the price has to be increased due to the high transport charges, but the consumers say the reason is unacceptable. This is for the attention of the Consumer Affairs Authority. That came to you in Watchlight. And now in world news headlines. Brexit trade talks UK and EU to go the extra mile in effort to agree deal. Jean Le Chat, Cold War novelist, dies aged 89. US CDC director signs recommendation to use Pfizer-BioNTech's COVID-19 vaccine. The UK and EU have agreed to carry on post-Brexit trade talks after a call between leaders earlier yesterday. In a joint statement, Boris Johnson and European Commission President Ursula von der Leyen said it was responsible at this point to go the extra mile. The pair discussed major unresolved topics during their call. The two sides had said Sunday was a deadline for a decision on whether to continue with talks, with the UK set to leave EU rules at the end of the month. British espionage writer Jean Le Chat has died aged 89 following a short illness, his literary agent has said. The spy who came in from the cold and tinker, tailor, soldier, spy author died from pneumonia on Saturday night. John Geller described him as an undisputed giant of English literature who defined the Cold War era and fearlessly spoke truth to Mr. Parr. Mr. Geller said he represented the novelist for almost 15 years, and his loss will be felt by every book lover, everyone interested in the human condition. The director of the U.S. Center for Disease Control and Prevention, Robert Redfield, said on Sunday he has signed the recommendation of a key CDC advisory group to use the COVID-19 vaccine of American drug maker Pfizer in partnership with German company BioNTech. Initial COVID-19 vaccination is set to start as early as Monday, Redfield said in a statement. In world news headlines once again, Brexit trade talks UK and EU to go the extra mile in effort to agree deal. Jean Le Chat, Cold War novelist, dies aged 89. US CDC director signs recommendation to use Pfizer-BioNTech's COVID-19 vaccine. That was world news, and now in development news. The Ministry of Environment has decided to name the Mahawali F zone as a Knuckles carbon zone and initiate relevant development activities. The local residents who lose their houses due to the Kaluganga Reservoir project will be provided with housing facilities in the Mahawali F zone. That was development news, and now in sports news. In cricket, the LPL tournament. Galle Gladiators won against high-riding Colombo Kings by 2 wickets in a nail-biting finish. 3 wins, 6 losses. LPL finalists, the Galle Gladiators are the first team to qualify for the finals of the Lanka Premier League, coming out victorious in a semi-final that at points seemingly neither side wanted to win. Indeed, a 2-wicket win with 1 ball remaining barely begins to tell the story of a game that was largely dominated by the ball, but will undoubtedly be remembered for some incredibly sloppy moments in the field from both sides. The Gladiators, to be sure, will know they have got away with one. In scores, Colombo Kings batted first and made a modest 150 for 9 in their allotted 20 overs. In reply, Galle Gladiators reached the victory target, losing 8 wickets with 1 ball to spare. Meanwhile, the second semi-finals between Jaffna Stallions and Dambulla Viking will be played today at the Suryavava Mahinda Rajapaksa International Cricket Ground. That was sports news. In business news, Sri Lanka's state-owned gift and souvenir shop, the world-renowned Luxella, is expected to open overseas franchise model mini outlets in England, Australia, Canada and the USA to promote Sri Lankan traditional handicraft items manufactured by local craftsmen. Luxella chairman Pradeep Gunawardena made this assurance in the presence of over 300 Sri Lankan traditional and young craftsmen who are expected to join the handicraft sector at a program organised to introduce newly developed handicraft items to cater to the local buyers as household items under the brand Luxella.
Economic news, courtesy of...
Congratulations on your promotion. It will be our treat, huh?
How about today?
Oh no, I was just joking.
It's fine. I have my LOLC credit card with me. Let's go out today.
Introducing LOLC Finance Credit Cards. Fuel the goodness in you.
September quarter earnings surged by 61.1% year-on-year to 73.9 billion rupees, owing to the robust performance in most of the sectors, primarily led by food, beverage and tobacco, transportation, capital goods and materials. Food, beverage and tobacco, transportation, capital goods and materials sector performed vigorously. Resilient performance in food, beverage and tobacco, transportation, capital goods and materials witnessed significant recovery on the earnings. CTC's earnings was up by 9% year-on-year on the back of volume growth, while earnings of MELS spiked by 193% year-on-year through the positive contribution from the beverage segment, and Lion's earnings was up by 17% YOY owing to the recovery in activities during the quarter amidst significant growth in beer exports.
Hello, Puta. Did you land already?
No, Amma. We're in transit and our flight got delayed.
Oh, really? How is Shani? Poor thing with her pregnancy. She might be feeling very uncomfortable. The airport must be heavily crowded because it's a season.
Amma, calm down. Everything is sorted. Why, I have my LOLC World Card with me. We are at the VIP lounge. There's nothing to worry.
Those who spread goodness radiate happiness to everyone around them. Introducing LOLC Finance Credit Cards. Fuel the goodness in you.
And now for the weather report. The Met Department says mainly fair weather will prevail over most parts of the island. However, showers or thundershowers may occur at a few places in the Ratnapura, Nuwara Eliya, Galla and Matara districts after 2 p.m. today. Misty conditions can be expected at some places in the western, Sabaragamuwa and Uba provinces during the morning hours. This weather report was issued this morning at 4:30 a.m. Further details could be obtained by visiting the official website of the department. That was the weather report. And now the headlines of this news broadcast once again. The isolation curfew imposed in several parts of Colombo will be lifted today, while several areas will be under lockdown from today. 655 new COVID-19 infections were detected in Sri Lanka yesterday. Sri Lanka's COVID-19 death toll rises to 152. Sri Lankans will be able to witness a Geminid meteor shower, considered as one of the best annual meteor showers during this week. A series of religious activities will take place to mark 95 years of completion of the SLBC. In news overseas, Brexit trade talks, the UK and EU to go the extra mile in effort to agree on deal. In sports news, in cricket, the LPL tournament, the second semi-final between Jaffna Stallions and Dambulla Viking will be played today at the Surya Veva Mahinda Rajapaksa International Cricket Grounds. That concludes this news broadcast.